Hey folks, welcome back again. It's Mr. Heiser with some more information on how to navigate your way around the GTT course, Gateway to Technology, here for eAchieve Academy. Uh, Along the left-hand side here, the first video we talked about what all of these tabs do here. This time we're going to talk about, turn off editing mode here, we're going to talk about these tabs down here. The really important one here that you see is what's called Lessons. When I click on Lessons, this is where everything we'll do in GTT this semester can be found. This is kind of a sneak peek for you guys. I haven't turned these off yet because I want you to see them, but week by week I'll unlock these so you can see what's next. I don't want you guys looking too far ahead as far as what we'll do. Quick overview, we'll talk about what engineering is and what engineers do. You'll have to do a little engineering research project and actually create a little children's book. We'll talk about the design process and what engineers do to use the design process to solve a problem or a task or work with a client. We'll talk about measurement because obviously that's very crucial to the everyday life of a engineer or any sort of career that may work in the trades or out in the field. So we'll talk about measurement using architectural scales, briefly touch on metric system. Moving on down, we'll talk about sketching and dimensioning and how to do technical drawings and sketches and how to dimension them properly or label them properly so that people can understand what it is you're trying to say. Remember, a picture is worth 1,000 words. You want to make sure that those 1,000 words are correct and not confusing to the person viewing them. Then we start to get into our software program, Autodesk Inventor, which is free to students through Autodesk. There's a minion right there for your Despicable Me fans. And there's some other samples here. We'll work through a couple different projects using Autodesk Inventor and how it's used out in the field of technology engineering. Very powerful program. I'm not going to give away too many projects yet, but you can kind of guess what some of them are by looking at these pictures. And then we'll get into robotics briefly. We'll talk about what automation robotics is and how it's used in today's society. Do a little research project with that I think you'll have a lot of fun with. And then we'll get into some electricity and talk about what electricity is. And we've got a couple really cool projects you'll be completing for that module. And then we'll close things off with some environmental engineering. We'll talk about wind power and wind turbines. And that's a brief overview of what we'll be doing this year. All this will be found under your Lessons tab.